In this video, we shall learn about omission of relative pronouns. So, before we proceed, let us understand the meaning of word omission. Here, omission means act of omitting, leaving out or removing. Okay? So, when relative pronouns whom, which, that is not the subject of the clause, we may not use it. Okay. Whom, which, that is not the subject of the clause, we may not use it or use them. For example, the man whom you spoke of is a great poet and writer. Here, whom you spoke of is a relative clause. And here, the relative pronoun whom is not the subject, but the subject is you, and so we can omit or we can remove relative pronoun whom in relative clause, and we can say the man you spoke of is a great poet and writer. All right. Whereas, let us examine this sentence. The iPhone that has 3 cameras is very expensive. Here, see the underlined words. That has 3 cameras. Here, relative pronoun that acts as subject, and therefore, without relative pronoun, we cannot write. Like we cannot say the iPhone has 3 cameras. We need to use relative pronoun that in this case. Let us see one more example. The film which we saw this evening was hilarious. Here, relative pronoun which is not the subject. It does not act as subject. And so we can simply omit relative pronoun which, and we can write or say the film we saw this evening was hilarious. Okay. Now we shall see the position of preposition in relative clauses. Let us see how the preposition is kept in relative clause. In informal writing, the preposition comes after the verb. For example, this is the house Tiger lived in. So this sentence is used in formal way, and so preposition in is kept after the verb. Okay, whereas in formal writing the preposition is placed before the relative pronoun which or what. For example, this is the place in which Tiger lived. So this sentence is written in formal way, and the preposition in is kept before the relative pronoun which as in which. Okay. Now let us learn about defining and non-defining relative clauses. So what is defining relative clause? It gives essential information about the noun that we are talking about. Here, comma is not followed by main clause. Okay. For example, I know the person who can help you find that book. So here the relative clause gives the important information about the person. There are so many persons, but here this tells a particular person. Okay, it gives essential information about a person. There are so many persons, but it gives important information about the person. And here we do not use comma. Comma is not followed by main clause in defining relative clause, that you must remember. Let us see one more example. I wish to live in a place which is not too far away from the sea. So here defining relative clause gives essential information about the place which is not very far away. Okay, the information which is given is about a place and it is not very far away. There are so many places, but the place that where I wish to live is particular place. Okay. The second type of relative clause is non-defining relative clause. So what is non-defining relative clause? Here we want to add more information about the person or thing we already know, which person or thing. Here main clause is followed by comma. Okay, for example, I am going to meet John who helped me to book ticket. So here the underlined words who helped me to book ticket is non-defining relative clause because it is followed by comma with main clause. And here we want to add more information about the person. Okay,